How's the news?
Ex-Mrs. Jim. That don't mean I misses her. She took everything in the divorce, including my family's sacred gut plate. The cow.
Ready! Steady! Boom! Welcome back to Cabalvision. The ref is asking for all points from the team.
Team better perform. There's gonna be a massive and very nasty riot.
Nice weather to play rugby.
Here come the girls. Enough will bless those bouncing.
And the apothecary wanders in. Got any thoughts on his coming game now?
No, I never have. I'll tell you what. One team's got a better rating, so they may score first. Never tell.
They're not the best throws. Unsettled use of brute force. The love of illegal weapons make them a team to be feared.
Okay, so here we go. I'm playing my first generation Bretonians, so they haven't got lots of agility upgrades like a lot of teams do at the moment. In fact, in places they're a little bit on the old flimsy side, but we'll see what happens. I'm not holding out a lot of hope here. Especially against dwarves, I think I could be in trouble, but who knows what could happen. Options. I'll probably be using a classic desperate Bretonian. 3 peasants on the front line start. Hopefully they won't all just die outright. I think, ironically again, playing in my stadium might even play to my advantage in this game. As my upgrade is a feeble for all those fouling moments. I don't think I'm going to bring up my second fouler, but fouling against dwarves never good anyway. But Feeble probably unable to keep his death roller for a long time. A lot of his players wholly upgraded. Since the latest update, Bretonians have got a little bit better with the blitzers having access to agility skills, which I don't have really on any of these players. I was thinking about cutting a lot of the we are in my stadium. As you can see, it is fully upgraded, so it does look a bit prettier. But this is definitely going to be a tough game for me, without any shadow of a doubt. Fenn's already coming in useful. It means that they can't follow up. Oof. Those are 2 lucky blocks for them already. They don't want to die. No. Got wise to it though. He's going to follow up Fenn's on as well. No, he can't. Yeah, Fend even defends against Frenzy. Peasants only armor value 7, so really good on head. That's my phone. I'm just gonna quick. do apologise about that. If just had to momentarily go away. It looks so basically he's trying to slam me with a death roller. Gives me interesting options, none of which are great. I'm not really big on the old block here, on the old guard there with these teams, but we can see what can happen. Try a quick early block with I do have wrestle in case it goes horribly wrong. I've got an armor upgrade on this guy, so that does give me options there. I might even risk that at this point. Be very surprised if I'll be very surprised if I can actually manage to block that death roller, but stranger things have happened and I might even give it a go, yeah. Okay. No real fear blocking these dwarves with my blockers. Just pushing out the way. Don't really want to bring him round to get that extra block dice on here, but I'm going to do it anyway. We've got the option of dodging back as well, which I'm sure he'll take. But I have tackle, so that's great. Do have Dauntless. Is it going to work? Do I put him through there to pressure them? I probably do. I suspect that Brets is going to get a good kicking. I am actually going to try and block with this. And it worked. Miracles will never cease. That's got to be a bad day. And that will mean that I can send some additional support around there. I'm just going to dodge out of the way with that one. Okay, I didn't see that. I'm going to risk it though. One dice block, can't be too bad. Slightly disappointed I'm probably not going to reach around for the foul. Well, technically I am. I could just foul the death roller. It's worth a laugh, isn't it? Let's do it. Didn't work, of course, but it was amusing. Might give him slight pause for thought. I say I'm a value 7 and only take yourself out. It's probably not very fair. Do have a ridiculous number of rerolls, which I maybe want to get rid of to reduce TV bloat. That's based on this character here, having the leader Sir Gawain, having the leader. Let's see. Unbelievable, armor value is holding up tremendously, which, to be honest, it probably shouldn't be doing. It's going to be quite annoying if you're the dwarves right now, I think. Trying to make the classic dwarf cage.
twist.
Which, depending on what he does with these blitzes here, might give me options that he hadn't envisaged. Oh, it might all end in disaster, of course. It's always entirely possible. Right, well, this peasant isn't going anywhere, so... It does give me an extra block dice. So tempting. Too much guard around the place. Do I have? No, I don't. So I guess what we're going to have to do is start attacking from that end. Ironically, I didn't need that, but which has made it even more irritating that I've made things worse for myself. But anyway, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Send the runner to hell. Protect the line and send them all to hell. Anyone you can. I'm not going to do that with him. I'm going to bring him around here. I think it's a bit of a risk, but hey, it might work. 83% outrageous. That's fine anyway, I've got to do that. Probably should have used the pro, but again, that would probably be a mistake at this time. At this moment, I'm just trying to do a bit of reducing of tackle zones. Things are going to get messy. If I can get that guy down, it does leave him very far. It does leave me very vulnerable to this, but let's do it. Let's do it. If in doubt, attack a troll slayer. And if in doubt, foul a troll slayer. Pull this guy back just in case. It's just about holding the line with these Bretonians at the moment. I'm gonna foul him. And he's injured. And from where I'm sitting as a Bretonian, that's a good result. Gonna leave that guy there. It does of course leave me vulnerable to a counter-attack by that death roller, but so far so good. Kind of what I wanted. I'm okay with that. Just going to bring the dwarves back in, which is fine. Not a lot I can do with them in the middle because of all the guard that they have, although I do have some guard myself. Does give me options though to attack them on the flanks. Of course, once that starts happening, then that was bound to happen. I'm surprised it was the block action. I mean, it's my it's only level 1. Oh, he's got multiple blocks, so he's doing a couple of blocks. Not so keen on him actually attacking my dirty player, but and we've got an injury. Am I going to use the apothecary? I bought an extra apothecary. Niggling injury is going to be quite annoying on a character that's actually pretty good, so we're going to do it. We'll be back next half, hopefully. To be honest, if I do get some significant losses this match, it's probably not going to be the end of the world. That does leave, of course, also leave me options, I've just realised. I really need this guy to go down. Don't care where he goes down, just as long as he goes down. Ooh, that's unlucky. I should have done that first, in all fairness. Does of course leave them vulnerable to the blitz from this my guy there. I am presuming he's got guard on both of these, which he has, which is going to make life difficult. Also not particularly enjoying the death roller, but kind of wished I could bring him round because that would be really helpful. So I don't know if it'll reach. There are options to do that, so I can maybe pull him round there. Shouldn't make a significant difference to the movement. Just need to get him out of the way because I'm really not trusting. Oh, he's got stand. Oh, he hasn't got stand firm, and that is in itself a blessing. Let's do it. Let's risk it. I might want to pick him up first. I'll try and pull this guy around to here. I'll go for the first go for it first. And it didn't work. Just going to leave all the go for it. So what that in effect means is that I'm looking at one dice blocks on the ball carrier, but if it pays off, it'll be worth it. It'll be amusing, if nothing else. And it paid off. I don't really care that he fends. I don't really care that guy fends firm. Quite reach it. Maybe can. Okay, so the first thing to do is to make sure I've got a tackle zone on that ball, which is doable. Let's try it. So at least now there is a tackle zone in place. It does actually, by doing that, I've actually made it more difficult to pick up the ball. But we'll do it anyway. Worked, and it leaves me one dice block here, which I probably shouldn't take, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, that's kind of teaches me. But at least no injuries. As a result. This is pretty well positioned, which is, well, I suspect the death roller is going to make life a little bit more difficult for me. The guy does have guard, which may or may not be useful. Spin for block over here might actually prove to be more worthwhile than you'd think. Does of course leave them the chance to block somehow with a 12 Slayer, although it's going to be more difficult with these guys blocking over here. The other runner, who's obviously a dedicated ball carrier with swing 7, is out. So yeah, needs to open up as opponent can try and open up there, which I can quite understand. Wow. Not entirely surprising. Still leaves that blocker pretty well positioned though. Probably not going to try and blitz me off the ball this turn. Probably doesn't need to be honest. But that's going to be very nice for me, to be honest. That's exactly not what he wanted to happen. Especially since I've got my guy with guard. I think I might even be able to just blitz him off that ball. That guy's got to stand firm, so that's going to be a problem. But if it works here, then we've got a whole world of pain. Lost my dedicated fouler, that's okay. It's going to be worth it if it works, so. And I will use a reroll. And I've got pro. That's not going to work because he's got. But pro did work. Don't really care, but don't really care at this point. But that's the way it is, if I'm honest. It does give my guy. He does have sure hands. It's going to give me options. Definitely going to give me options. Maybe want to look at freeing this guy up. I also maybe don't want to delay too long in getting the ball clear. I definitely don't want to count my chickens before they're hatched. I'm shocked, to be honest, that the old Bretonians have been able to cause this much hassle to these dwarves. That's not what we wanted, but still got to reroll. Because it's another stuff. It's not taking it. Which, to be honest, I'm okay with that. I'm going to try and pick the ball up at this point. And shunt it over there. Just want to see what the movement on it torso is. The death roller is going to be able to catch me if I'm not careful. If I'm assuming I managed to pick up the ball, but I can. Just going to use that blocker to kind of fend that off. Should get 2 dice on here, which I'm okay with, because I can wrest them to the ground. It's actually going to reduce his opportunities to get after me. The last thing I want to be doing is using my. I'm just going to try and block. It's got to stand firm. I'm not going to use pro, but I will. Shouldn't. It's fine. Okay. Let's see where that leaves us. Since this was, I believe, his offence, I'm okay with this. It's going to take him a little while to muster enough players to get that down the end of the pitch. Currently on injuries, bizarrely, unbelievably, I'm winning. Mind you, I did use an apothecary, but since I got an extra one, that's kind of okay. The Death Roller is going to be able to try and do something, but it'll be interesting to see what. Not a lot, I would think. I think he will try to blitz with the Death Roller. I mean, that's what I would do. Entirely understandable. Not going to be great if anything happens to this play. and then he's going to try and go for it. Yeah, fair play.
The attacker has an assist.
Fan doesn't really. Second generation, that's not really a lot of joy. Second generation Bretonians would have been amazing right now. If I'd got that old, this could hurt. But thankfully it doesn't. Second generation Bretonians would be my favourite thing right now. In the sense that, anyone want to pick only one of these guys up? Neither of them are going to be able to offer a lot of support, but it's all about what happens when I fail to dodge out of here. I don't really want to use any rerolls, and I don't have pro on that guy, so I'll take that. Mine, that lesser skill is actually quite useful. Just preparing some groundwork for when and if things go a bit wrong. Hopefully I'll be able to dodge out without any hassle. But we all know, entirely plausibly, we're going to try and go in with attempt to blitz. Mainly because I just want to try and stop his dwarves from having any chance of getting the ball, even if I... It's such a pretty thing. Might look strange going into the tackle zone over death roller, but I'm okay with it. Do I get greedy? Probably do. We'll go with that. It's not a huge issue right now. And then of course we're going to try and dodge out. Have one reroll. Death roller didn't do that. The Majesty when I think that'll be enough to help him level up as well, which would be awesome because I'll get access to the now second generation mods from, so I'll have agility access and the second skill. Does mean that dwarves are going to have to bring their replacement players in. Death Roller gets sent off, but he'll probably use the free bribe that I've very conveniently given him. Annoyingly, perhaps. I should be annoyed at myself for that, but wow. I'm not using the bribe. Starting to wonder if he's maybe thinking about a little bit of vengeance. Forget the ball, just foul me? It's an entirely plausible response. Speaking of fouling, I'm going to bring my other dirty player back on. I'm going to use, especially since I'm not worried about the death roller anymore, I'm going to use pretty much the same setup as before. Ben's got his level up. It's going to be a heck of a time before I can get that character leveled up. But, some of the other blitzers still have opportunities to, and of course when they die I can get them replaced. Very surprised that he allowed that death roller to go off the pitch. Like I said, I'm guessing that he's thinking fouling is the way forward. Wouldn't it be better to protect one of those foulers? I did think about it, but I think we've got to stand there on 2 feet, and at the end of the day, Bretonian linemen only have a certain life expectancy.
There won't be an issue.
Gentle gust of wind makes the ball scatter 1 extra square. That Bretonian does have extra armor. I suspect what we might see now is a lot of passing the players, and so I'm surprised at that because I am actually surprised to see that because I was expecting them to start passing them along the line, which is a traditional thing to do with all the guard he's got. So, since it's pretty much not the ball down, it's not under. And then we're going to see some blitzing. Can I set it up so that you couldn't dodge through there? You can of course attack this side. And he does have an armor down. I'm guessing he's going to come around with a tall sleigh and block and blitz me. Oh no, he's going to blitz me there. That's fair enough. Blitz the blitzers, which is fine. Little bearded stunty git has indeed got the ball. Right. So, again, gives me options. The first thing I'm going to do is use the peasants like the feudal overlord that I clearly am. It's also going to give me 2 dice blocks. Not there, but it will give me 2 dice block there, which I'm kind of okay about. Let's go with that. Don't have guard on this blitzer, which is going to be slightly problematic. Hopefully I'll knock him over and he'll use stand firm, but he didn't. Don't have pro, so I don't have an option of using it. Might want to reroll it, bizarrely. Perfect. Exactly what I actually wanted to happen has happened. So that's okay. I will be able to 2 dice block him here. I'm not worried about the ball right now. It's going to leave me open to counterattack from his Troll Slayer, so I'm not keen on that. But I'm wondering. Yeah, I can't do it that way. What have we got going on here? We've got this still. Let's do it. Let's do a 2 dice. It's not great because it does mean that I'm leaving myself vulnerable. But if I do that, maybe not. So let's do that. That should maintain the line a little bit. I don't think I've blitzed yet, so we could do that. We'll also do that. What I'm going to do first. I'm going to really annoy him. I'm going to foul. Probably might get sent off, but still good vibes. Player is a dedicated fouler, but not today. This guy has pro, so even if I choose to reroll, I'm going to be okay with that. That's going to make things more difficult for Sylvester. Pull back because I don't want to be tied up. And I will try one dice block here. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, that could happen. So that is going to let him the option, but I'm hoping that he won't have super pace dwarves to run down this side. Means that I'm going to have to start doing a tougher job with these blitzers now. First generation Bretonnians still got it. Sort of. So. Seeing where the attack's going to come from, to be honest.
The attacker has an assist.
Entirely understandable. Now is he going to pass him down the line? No. This is really no. Okay. So the peasant armour, despite the fact he has got an armour upgrade, so that's, you know. But I'm surprised that the peasant armour has held up as well as it has. Probably be the knights that... Yeah, there you go. Or is it probably the knights that gives way, obviously. Guessing he's going to try and run it down here. Oh, he's just going to attack me instead.
Right next to a teammate.
Well, there you go. I'm a 9. Lose a point in agility. Well, he doesn't do a lot of dodging, and I kind of want to keep the apothecary, so I'm not really worried. The thing about I always say about injuries is, does it stop the guy doing his job? And with agility 2 already, he's not going to be doing much dodging. It does leave him a free rein to do that, which is a bit unfortunate. That's quite nippy, that one. That one, as I noticed before. This was, of course, it will be my offence next turn. Next half. I will need that. Dodging options. Not great. But maybe what I'm going to have to do... Shouldn't be able to do much. Well, I'm going to do one dice block. Wow. That does surprise me. Game's going better than I anticipated, but as I said, I was fully going into this game expecting my Generation 1 Bretonnians not to be doing this well. I'm going to take that. Leaving. I'm wondering if I can do it. I can. The question you have to ask yourself is, should I? I'm wondering, I should be able to cause some issues here. That might just be good enough. Probably should have picked up some of these guys first. Still haven't decided what I'm doing with him yet, so that's why I've not done anything with him yet. That's a bit of an ask. Do you have pro? Maybe that movement value down wasn't so great. Let's be honest. I'm going to go for it anyway, no matter what happens. So let's just go for it. Maybe before I do that, I will just... No, I kind of don't... Oh, let's do it. Let's just do it. Come on, Frosty. Wow. At least I've got a tackle zone on him. Since I'm almost certainly going to be trying to blitz with this guy, he's going to pull him up after all that. I'm going to be very disappointed if I don't get a foul in. It looks a bit rude to do it, but dirty player sitting there. Not so good. Nothing else to do, but no, let's not do that just yet. That just seemed a bit rude. Let's try. Let's try this. My only option. Wow. Double wow. Do I use pro? Or do I use a reroll? Let's use the reroll. I've got all the turns of the world. Does he have dodge? No, he doesn't. Does have fend, but I do have tackle. Drops a good one. Strip. I think that's kind of ruined his chances of scoring. So, why not do a foul? Okay. I imagine at this point he realises that he can't score, so he's probably just going to try and hurt me as much as possible. And it probably will hurt. Bretonian for me.
This is going to be decisive. I'd go down there myself and nail that lineman's feet to the ground.
Okay. So, well, this half's all over apart from how many players can you injure. We'll get another chance to try and be annoying back to him, so... Swings and roundabouts, kind of looking forward to. I don't think he likes my dirty player. Which, again, is a perfectly reasonable response. There's a guard on that. No, it doesn't, which is good. That's good news. I'll take that, please. Oh, I'll definitely take that one. Nice. Well then, this next thing's a bit more interesting than I might otherwise have thought. That's not gonna work. Kinda want to leave the dirty player free to foul him. That's not doing anything. Don't know why I did that really. Well, I suppose I'm supposed to be interested in the ball at some point. Options. Do you have guard on this character? Can I run over there, blitz him there? Probably could. Even if I just blitz him, it'd be fun. To be honest, I'll take that. I kind of want to take out the runner. It's not a dirty player though, that makes me sad. So I guess, Again, that was largely pointless. Don't have any good guard options. I'm not going to free that dirty player up. One dice block, rerolls, no pro. Yeah, it's worth it. Let's try it. Stab firm, just going to bugger it all up though. Just waiting to see if he's going to choose stand firm or not. I'm kind of hoping he does. No, he didn't. That was also a mistake. What's going on with me today? Agility 1 dodge? Bound to work, yeah? No. That's not going to work either. So, I'm going to try and get some SPP randomly. Demonstrate that amazing Bretonian passing game, and then we'll do crazy stuff afterwards. Or not. Probably save me a lot of hassle. There we go. Level 4 stadium in all its resplendent glory. Told me when I started to play this match that was what the injury box was going to look like, I would have taken that quite happily. The question is going to be what he's going to do in attack mode. And I'm just going to quickly check what subs I've got. Load of rubbish. So... still have some guard pieces myself. Quite prepared to get down and dirty with these dwarves. Okay, so let's leave them like that. These ones have got dodge. So I kind of want to be taking on the ones with dodge with guys that have got tackle, which kind of is annoying because some of these sure hands passing. This one's got tackle as well, so let's do that. Put him in the middle, so that's okay. Bring in your dirty player. Hopefully to make his life uncomfortable. No, I didn't want to do that. More guard. You can never have enough guard. As I was saying. Maybe I need to think about what I'm actually going to do about the ball. So, Chili 4 on one side. Sure hands on the other side. Peasant's not going to be running very far, so I kind of want to have him. I'm a dirty player. And I've got vague options for when the ball falls into places like that. Although I don't imagine the dwarves are going to vigorously rush down to take it off him. Could be, of course, a short kick. Ooh, some enemy players are stunned. That's going to probably ruin my offence before it's even started. No, actually, remarkably okay.
A great game
Remarkably
so far.
okay.
But it'll pick up any second.
In fact, it might actually work to my advantage. I can try pro, I'm not going to try and re-roll it. Pro failed, it's fine. take that, obviously.
Losing the title. Let's get some blood in the blood bowl.
That's of course going to be a dodge. And stand firm. Nice. Slightly disappointing there. Let's see if we can do any better on this side. We can. That looks quite annoying. Not exactly quaking them on boots from a dwarf counter-attack, I must confess. Although, I think these guys are pretty nippy. So maybe I just ought to think about that. Since I tend to use my blitz options aren't massive, I think if I position that piece there, it's going to make things slightly more difficult to pick it up. Probably ought to go and try and pick it up with sure hands, but you know, problem is I don't really want to go into tackle zones either. I'm wondering, actually, I might be able to build a blitz with him. Yeah, okay, let's do that. If at first you don't succeed, and all that, that becomes then a more attractive fouling option, but slightly out of reach. So, in we go. Still got the bribe. Probably leaving myself to all kinds of vulnerable flanks from the dwarves on the side. But I'll take that injury. And still the referee hasn't decided it's a good idea to intervene. Oh. Dirty, dirty Bretonians. Just curious to know how fast these little buggers can move. So if I do go down, potentially putting myself into their tackle zones, I'm imagining some kind of runner blitz thing going on. I think I'm going to be okay with that. Might be disastrous, but we'll be able to get some support next turn potentially. Kind of hurting those dwarves, making me happy. As it currently stands, I think it's 11 plays 10. But I definitely don't want to get into a stand-up fight with these dwarves. That is for sure. With all their guard.
This is going to be decisive.
And the Volley 7 ain't gonna hold forever. Can I predict? Oh, that was always gonna be any single time. Yeah, I missed next game. Kind of what you expect. I'll give him a nice level up there. I currently have peasants out injured anyway. It's not a new experience for me. Wow. That's unlucky. Well then, makes things surprisingly not so surprisingly complicated that I think I need to pick that guy up. Don't really want to cage against dwarves, but he's got to stand firm. Use a reroll this early? Yeah, why not? kind of need that bugger out of the way one way or the other. I'm even going to take the both down. So that's of course going to leave me vulnerable to a foul, but worse things happen at sea. I'll just use my reroll. Don't really like what's happening over that side of the pitch. Let's see if we can... Troll Slayer is going to be annoying if I try to go sidelines. Let's go there. I'll forfeit the opportunity to foul him this turn, I guess. Disappointing. Just in favour of... It's pretty much exactly what I would have wanted. Gives me some caging options, which actually I think at this stage I'm actually going to take.
This formation gives them a safe progression. It's going to be hard to make them move away.
Wow. Things you didn't expect to see. Still, I won't use my blitz. It's always worth a laugh. If it pays off, it's magnificent. Okay, the Moors. Got pro. Kind of like a dodge, right? It's not kind of like a dodge. No, not at all like a dodge.
Is this going to be enough to come out on top?
Bizarrely, these incumbent Bretonians might actually be causing annoyance for him if he wants to do anything to them. Yeah, it's going to be difficult to exert a block on... Exert a one-die block on me, I think. Unless it goes all the way round. I guess that guy's probably got decent movement. Yeah, he does. I was going to do it that way. It's fair enough. Yeah, the old fend will come into effect. Yeah, fend does tend to mess with the with a lot of offence that does tend to mess with a lot of offence. Okay, I think that might actually be quite bearable. Might, depending what happens. Unfortunately, he's not got guard like I'd hoped. These guys do. I'm guessing I can 2-dice block him, which should be a massive help to getting out of this cage. So let's do that. Well, what's the worst could happen if I roll pro? It's a lot better. Kind of okay with following him now. The midget shell is still unbroken. The midget shell is indeed still unbroken. It's okay, I don't really want to follow him anyway. Okay. So, it gives me very bad options to be a very bad man, as long as I can pull it off. I can't. Can probably make life slightly more difficult then. Might be coming back this way soon. With a somewhat reluctance. So let's do it. Oh, the inevitability of the foul, which is probably going to fail on the go for it. But we'll try it anyway. Curses. Right. So we're looking at dodges now. Work. Do you have pro? Pro's like a dodge, right? No, it's not. No long-term effect, we'll go with that. I think I've left myself pretty vulnerable. Don't know where from though. The dwarves are... might just not even bother. Might just want to attack me. I'm okay with that. Maybe not as vulnerable as I thought. I'm just going to have to move some round players out of the way first to get to the ball. It's not a cage, but it's sort of an elf hedge. Not a great one, but it's something. I'm okay with that. More of the same, please. It's not the one with guard. Oh dear. I'm okay with wrestling. Glad Bob thinks it's awesome. Yeah, that'll kind of do it. On one level. Can always be nicer. Wow. He's used his reroll. I'm hoping for one on the go for it. Okay. Maybe not ideal for him. As long as we can get this winner out of the way with. Oh, of course, he's going to bring these guys over to make it much more difficult to do that. It's a guard. No, it's not got guard. That's even better. There goes one of the dirty players. Of course, the Fen makes me happy. I'll take that at this stage, to be honest. That's better than the armor break I was expecting. Looking at some way to bring a couple of players over here. So I'm not going to do anything with this guy first, because that will give me options. Actually, if I could free him, that would probably solve the problem altogether. Let's try it. That's not going to work. Try again. Both down. No. Curses. Fend is a pain in the neck. That'll do it. How fast are these dwarves anyway? Not fast enough is the answer. Shouldn't have used the rebow really. That was a bit naughty. I can get past them, and I can get past them. So maybe I should just do that. Although it's going to leave me vulnerable on that side. Let's just do that before I do anything too stupid. At least it's getting the ball up to the... At the moment I'm winning. Troll Slayer, how fast can Troll Slayer could get me, but not really. Not in any kind of meaningful way, and he's going to get out of tackle zone first. I might be wrong, this is what I'll get proven wrong. I can easily go and support with that, that's the other option. I'm not going to do anything there. I'm guessing if I bring him up here, I could, gives me options. It's also the right side of wrong there. Put him up there. If I can knock this other dwarf out of the way. Even just knock him down. That's perfect. It's not because I'm not going to follow up, because he's got to stand firm. Oh dear, that was a mistake. But I'm not going to panic at this point. Just freed up that side a bit more. Just going to slow him down. What have we got here? Juggernaut. Yeah, okay. Could be annoying. It probably will be. Left myself quite vulnerable. Kind of happy about that situation. With the runner stunned in the middle of the pitch. I'll definitely take that. Although it does mean he's going to be able to bring both these players up. That's okay. I've got all the support units in the world and rerolls and pro and stuff. I'll just keep telling myself that, it'll make me feel better. Yeah, that's fair enough.
You need balls to score.
It's not going to do it, mate. It's definitely not going to do it either. It's getting a bit deja vu of the first half. Although I'm guessing at least one of these players is going to have tackle. What's happening here? Okay. That's going to potentially hurt. Armour down. He's gone forward, but he's armour down. Okay. Just wants to hurt me. I'm okay with that. Kind of, it was. Okay. I was wondering when he was actually going to send some support units, because I've quite a few going on myself. I mean, I guess that's what we're looking at. I guess what we're really looking at is making sure that that there is some support there if things go slightly wrong. So, that's okay. Too tempting, shouldn't have done that. But it worked. So no harm, no foul, eh? And it's going to let me get in there. This is even better. Don't imagine these players are going to be doing quite a good job of holding them off at the side. Let's try that.
The attacker has an assist.
Well, it doesn't stand firm with that. Oh, the unit here doesn't... No, it does have tackle. Blitzers don't normally come with tackle equipped, but okay. I'll try and wedge myself in there for when, if the tackle fails. But I think... Oh, he hasn't got. I'll take that. Let's go. Try that. Gonna try and score. Not entirely surprising. We'll go for the reroll. Into that. Well. Another view of the amazing level 4 Camelot Stadium. Hashtag before Bretonia became great. With the new update, the Bretonians have become even better. Well, I'm not saying they were amazing to begin with, but I used to enjoy playing them. That's, I guess, the whole point of playing the game, really. Well, we are looking personnel down, but I'm glad to say not as many as he's got. So, I think he's going to be hard pressed to win at this point, which makes me happy. I will pull back one of these dirty players. Probably the one that's dauntless and got more movement. Is he as valuable as a blitzer though? No. Although to be honest, I'll say they're not as valuable as... that seems to be causing him headaches over there. I'll be interested to see what he does back time. So... Strength 4 blocker on that sideline. Oops. You got ahead of myself. All these Bretonian linemen with skill ups and peasants would line up and not single kicks go in sight. Middle for diddle. So I really don't want him having a touchback now, that would be even more annoying. Perfect landing of the ball, to be honest, unless it bounces too much. He does have the kickback. Both teams gain a turn. Well, that's less than ideal. What? Entirely bearable. Until he starts decimating our entire team. Anything that's not an injury on these peasants is a win in my world. Most of them have block, but obviously we've got to the bottom end now after we've flung them all at him. We're getting to the bottom, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel for peasants to fling at the dwarves.
He's about to get punched above at the same time.
Need to be close. So close they can smell your breath and see the
So there we go. Not like giving headaches. Obviously I'm guessing he's trying to shift the ball as much as he can. Oh dear, I spoke too soon. But to be honest, I'm kind of okay with that. Peasant doesn't have guard. Mistake. Hashtag mistake. I mean, they don't come as with guards as standard equipped, so can't really complain too much. It's a case of trying to hold him off. It's going to be annoying. Yeah, it's actually going to be very irritating. Because I don't have the manpower to... Well, that peasant's there, so I could blitz the dwarf, falsely. I noticed that my opponent has disconnected. Could be a good sign. In the sense that I think he might well... you might know where my mind's going. It does involve decking this tall slayer and stamping on his head. So... definitely getting the... I don't think it's my connection. It does indeed appear to be his connection. I know, okay. Okay, so we have options. For 1 minute I thought he thought... okay, let's do what I can do, and then look at one dice blocks. Oh, and that was a mistake as well, because I can't actually... Never mind, never mind. Just do it now. Wait. Well, that was rubbish. Except that it does give me the opportunity to push him back and leave my two blitzers there for when things go inevitably south in a moment. Yeah, I'll use Pro. Okay. Try and limit as many tackle zones as possible. Or if there is a tackle zone, make sure it's a peasant. Gives me one dice block. There again. Oh yeah, guard's good. I like him the guard. All of a sudden. It's only one dice block on the runner. Taking the runner down would be well worth it. I was prepared to do wrestle, but I'll take that instead. That's pretty good. Well, I've got those blitzers there. They're pretty nippy. It's gonna be hard pressed to get enough dwarfs to. So we'll take yet another risk. We will. I'll do it. It's okay. It's limiting tackle zones again. I'm okay with that. Curses. I should have had the foresight to put block peasants there instead. I wonder if it helped with this guy either, because he's even more rubbish. Well, he's exactly the same skill level, but wouldn't have got any skill points. Okay.
This player likes to be well assisted.
Fend is doing its job today. Really doing its job today. Mm. Okay, so Fend beats Guard today. Not really, but nothing ever beats Guard. Still not had to use my bribe. That's also making me kind of happy. I'm impressed. He's still trying to move the ball, which is good. And not what I wanted to see. Definitely not what I wanted to see. I did have another apothecary. And, wow, that apothecary's earned his money today. I mean, it's only a matter of time with that AV7. And I think he's got a niggle as well. But he's got a strength upgrade, you know? I mean, he's only ever got into that position because obviously inevitably bad things have happened to him. Now that does make that left flank defence a lot less appealing. That old classic Bretonian problem. It's just too much. Starting to run out of juice at the end. I'll take that then. Oh, just got to shunt him to and just maintain the line, I think, is pretty much all we can really hope for. Maintain the line, boys, maintain the line. Don't let no dwarves sneak through. Curses. Dodge and stand firm. A filthy combo, that's another great combo. Why is that? Because that guy's got guard, I guess. Naturally. Okay, so well, those boys are maintaining the line. This blocker's in trouble. It's gonna be fun fouling a dwarf runner, right? Still got my bribe. Let's do it. That helps to maintain the line. Didn't actually work. So I guess we are looking at 1 dice blocks now. Try the peasant first. I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. Have I blitzed? Doesn't look like I have. So let's do that. Use pro. That's okay. Can stand firm if he wants. I'm not really bothered. What I'm trying to do is exit. Tackle zone on the ball. Although in itself that's a bit of an annoyance. Try and make it slightly more difficult with the blocker. And you can move it. I'm just wondering where to. It's tempting to try and go for both down and wrestle him to the ground, but actually it isn't because that was still through at that side, so I'm just going to leave him there. I think he's doing more. He's going down. I think he's definitely going down, but he's doing valuable work before he does it. Plus now any injuries that get inflicted on me aren't going to be good. Wow. Double wow. At this point in the game, I don't really feel the need to try and out-block dwarves. Just... it could even come to pass if things start to go south very quickly that I actually retreat and let him score. I'm quite prepared to do that to preserve my players because I think I don't think I'm going to need to. It's not looking that great. My Bretonians are nothing if not cowardly. Never let it be said that we're not cowardly. We pretend to be noble chivalric knights. And when the noble chivalric knights aren't looking, the peasants are busy fouling. I'll definitely take that. He does prevent his opponent from... Really? Yeah, okay. She can't reach me. I was thinking I'm sure I'll be able to exert 2 dice blocks on that runner with these guys. Somehow. Maybe not. Oh, he hasn't got guard, so yeah, I would. Would be able to exert 2 dice blocks on him. That is going to be a thing. Which is the best one to do with? It's going to be him. So. That peasant isn't going to do anything except get a hit, which is kind of his objective. That should be a 2 dice block then, I reckon. And it is. Top throw. Let's do it. Well, let us think what's going to happen next. I'm not... try the reroll. Perfect. Of course that was going to happen. Shall I risk it? Because I really want that character to... yeah, let's do it. I've got pro. It's kind of like going for it, right? Oh no, that could be a disaster. Not a disaster, because... oh, pro failure. I think pro's failed a lot more than it succeeded this game. I mean, I was going to try and release one of these guys and get the peasant tackle zone on the ball, but like I say at this stage, I don't think it really matters. I'm certainly not scoring. He might score. Guessing that dwarf could pick up the ball. I'm not going to object stringent if he does score. So I definitely don't think he's getting 2 in. Well, I'm pleased about that level up anyway. Teaching old Brets new tricks will be a thing. Oh. Ooh, and no apothecary to help the level 1, and he loses a movement allowance. Well, C'est la vie. I think. Wrestle. Of course I am. Of course I'm going to wrestle. Don't feel the need to injure anyone. Not even his players at this point. And it kind of means he's down and I can get up. The dwarves are indeed taking interest in the ball. The question is, will they be able to stop the Bretonians from counter-attacking? Don't have a lot of options from what I can see. So perfectly reasonable one dice blocks. Here's them.
One of them should hit harder next time. Both still standing.
Not that pleasant. If he kills him, I'm not going to be happy. Okay. I'll take that. Probably going to foul me next turn. I can. If he does that, that would be really mean. I'm not actually that vindictive. I foul purposefully. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. That's what happens when you get crippled Bretonians. They can't actually do anything except. That latest player is going to be joining those ranks very soon of crippled Bretonians. Now the question is, do I care about the ball? At this stage it is a quite debatable point. I think I actually do care more about hitting things. I probably want to pick the player up anyway, just to reduce the opportunities of getting fouled. Take it. Just gonna try and push them away, really. No intention of. There's no real great options at this point, I don't think. So. We'll try the obligatory fact. I will try to stop him scoring. Seems only fair. It's not going to work. One turn left, I might as well use the actual reroll, because if I use pro, there's no guarantee at all it will work. Did have strip ball. I forgot about the strip ball option. Wow. Can't believe that. That's shameful. I should be ashamed of myself. Which is the most appealing option? Anything that stops him trying to hit my guy here. So I'm actually willing to try and sacrifice this blocker. Stand firm is not going to help me do that. Probably should have tried to dodge out and go round, but I don't think so. I mean, he can dodge out, he can try and pick it up, and then he can try and score. But as I said, that won't actually be a catastrophe if it does happen. I'm one of like almost hope he focuses more on that than doing anything else. But I have a horrible feeling he's not going to. From what I've seen so far, he just wants to hit me, which is perfectly reasonable. defending. Defending. Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I had an incoming message which slightly distracted me, but definitely looks like he was more interested in Carlin. There you go. Patient. This first. I'll go with that. Like I said, not the end of the world. If you told me I was getting a 2-1 out of this at the start of the match, I would have taken it. Trying to teach old Brets new tricks. Trying to teach old Brets new tricks. Just seem to paid off. Big pile of money, so I could just start sacking blitzers and replacing them. Won't do that though. I wonder if that's a level up. Probably is. Let's see. I do have an awful lot of bloat in this team that probably doesn't need to be there. So there we go. One leveled up blitzer. Wow. Well, guess what? That thing we never were able to get before, we'll get dodge. Don't know how useful it'll be. Of course he was injured, and of course he levels up. Already got guard. Probably mighty blow, I'm guessing. I think everything else is pretty much covered. Inflicting more injuries. Can't be a bad thing. Okay. Dwarves were hardy. It's probably going to reduce my team value quite a bit, which is... I do have an awful lot of bloat. Some of those team rerolls could probably go, especially since I've got leader on one of my... Yeah, it's going to take a while to teach these two old Brets new tricks, though, isn't it?
More than incendiary fire. You just can't trust sorcerer.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, guys, that was just a random thing on the Cabalvision League. There are other leagues out there. Other leagues that probably offer more exciting and better opportunities. Not, as I say, not that I'm going to knock the Cabalvision, official Cabalvision League, because it is what it is, and it provides a really good service for people to play in. But yes, if you're interested in other leagues, there's definitely www.mmlpro.com, and there's also just find the address, www.nbp/pro.com. Check them out. Alright guys, thank you very much if you're watching this, and I'm sure I'll catch you another time. You're always free to feel free to leave comments or comment. I know there's people have been watching. Thank you very much, and good night.